Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest Monster Truck Diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCD.
Well, hello and welcome back everyone to another Monster Jam OCD review video. Finally today we are going to review my first Creatures pack by Spin Master for 2020. This is the Grimm pack, of course, Gravedigger's mascot Grimm, who is very well known and probably one of the most prominent mascots of Monster Jam. These new Creatures packs are a dual pack which includes one 1/64 scale truck and one action figure. And these are a brand new series by Spin Master and Monster Jam for this year. But today, this is the first Creatures pack. I'm very excited to review these. I want to thank Team Spin Master for going out and actually purchasing these from the Target next door to the HQ. These were personally purchased, not given to me by Spin Master. So these are extra special, and I want to thank them again for doing that and trying to prioritize this review because this is an important one for them. So this is the Grimm, the Gravedigger as well, and here's the back of the box. I absolutely love the card art. So you can see there's the Grimm exclusive truck for this pack. You can see it says Unleash the Beast. There's the Creatures logo. You can see kind of like a comic book style background with Grimm, and here's the mascot itself. Very detailed. It's absolutely incredible how detailed Neil Vandenberg's artwork is on these packages and on these mascots and all of this. And you can see this is the little quote here that comes with each figure. They all have their different quotes. You can pause and read it there. Then it has the name, Grimm, Gravedigger, and you can see it does have the white tires on the actual packaging. So that's very cool, and there's the back of the box. So now we'll take a look at the actual truck itself. This is one of the coolest trucks they've released so far. I love that they combined the 30th anniversary Gravedigger paint scheme with the modern day Gravedigger look here. So you can see the horizontal logo. There is no 30th anniversary logo, and it's a little bit altered. I'll show you why, but this is super awesome. So here it is, the first unboxing of the Grimm and the Creatures series right now. Here we go. So here is the Grimm figure and the Grimm truck. So the Grimm action figure, I'll start with it since this is usually a Monster Jam diecast channel, but now we have these figures. So I'll start with this first. I've heard a lot of comments about this, and I'm not an action figure collector, but I understand what they were saying, the other reviews and collectors and other channels who commented on this. These figures are limited in their articulation points. There are 5 points here, 2 of the actual joints in the legs here. We have 2 arm joints that actually do sway side to side and up and down. We have a head that moves, and besides that, that's about it for the actual articulation. To my knowledge, that's pretty low, but these are also paired up with a diecast vehicle at a pretty low price point. Action figures that have a lot of articulation are usually pretty high priced. I think the WWE figures go around $30 upwards of that. So these are limited, yes, because they are a lower price point than typical action figures. Plus, they're also paired up with another vehicle on top of that. So for the price point, I see these being as, doable. I don't see them doing action figures with any higher points of articulation because it's not really meant to be moving fingers and hands and wrists and all that stuff. It is a lower price point oriented figure. But that's the comment I have on that. I mean, I don't see a big problem with it. I mean, they can do pretty cool stances, and there's a couple things you can do with this. I would just display them for my purposes, and most collectors are likely just displaying them on shelves anyway. But for kids, I'm sure there's enough here to have fun, especially because you also get this truck, which does plenty of things anyway. So that's the comment I have on the actual articulation. But the figure itself is pretty well built. The graphics and the paint, well done as well. A lot of detail, especially in the shoes here. You can check out the sculpting. It has the Grimm skull for the shoes. You have bones for the shoelaces. The boots themselves, you can see they're actually teeth on the bottom. And then we have the green flames, very muscular sculpt here for him. He has a 6-pack and a cape. And if you take a notice of this, I'm not sure what these are called on actual capes, but this metal bar that connects his cape together is actually shown on the side panel of the truck. You can see those little yellow dots there. So that's a difference between the original Grimm face on the 30th anniversary Gravedigger. They actually added to that and added a little bit more of his cape and those two, or that crossbar in the middle with the two gold buttons. So that's pretty interesting. That makes a difference between the 30th anniversary and this paint scheme. And that's a part of his actual sculpt here with the paint. It has a belt, you have some muscular arms. Of course, his figure, or this actual mascot, is always shown with a very muscular look, so they actually captured that on this figure. He has an open hand in this one and a closed fist in the other hand. Some shoulder pads here with flames. His cape here, a rubbery cape, so it actually bends off. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be here, this paint, or if it's from the cape or not, but there's some white paint on mine. And then the head itself has a limited function because the cape stops it, but it does turn side to side, and it has the red eyeballs with the Gravedigger pinstriping arrow, and then the face itself. So very interesting. Also has this hood here, part of the sculpt for the head, and it's a very interesting figure. I mean, it's really cool. It's detailed, and it of course comes with this exclusive truck, which we will now look at as well. So I like these. I think it has a lot of potential, this series itself. I do hope that they will make some more of these in the future. Different sculpts, of course, from what we already have seen. And here is the Grimm truck, the Grimm Gravedigger. It has an awesome purple paint scheme and the classic Gravedigger flames and roof panel. The only thing that's different is the side panel with the Grimm face with the portion of the robe underneath his face there. And the graphics on the side are pretty much the same exact thing as a normal Gravedigger. And then we have a translucent green roll cage, kind of like a radioactive look to it. Also like the fog on the side of the truck. So that's really awesome. I love their usage of the semi-transparent roll cage. It has a gray chassis and these bone-colored tires, a very light cream color white for the tires, and then a red for the actual rim. It does match his arm almost perfectly, and his bracelets and belt and eyes. So that's what these match up to. This obviously is supposed to look like the figure, so it matches in color and scheme very closely to its figure counterpart. So that is the Grimm figure and the Grimm monster truck. These are the first of their kind for Spin Master, and Spin Master will continue to make these throughout 2020 and hopefully into 2021 if they're popular enough. I see this series as definitely a takeoff for Spin Master to do other things like this. If they can do this, I think they can definitely do something like an ATV and monster truck pack. I think there's a lot of potential with these duo packs like this. So with this, I think they've stepped into a bigger marketplace, especially for figure collectors and other things, not just with the Monster Jam diecast line, but also other sides of the collecting groups. So thank you for watching. Thank you again to Team Spin Master for paying for these with their own money for this review. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think about these trucks in the comments below. And until the next video, this is Rhino Monster Jam OCD, signing out.